All right, folks, an absolute beautiful day right here in Northeast Tennessee. Oh, so thankful to be here, folks. What happened there? Oh, so thankful to be here, folks, especially in the day and age that we are living in today. Thankful to be alive. Thankful the Creator's given me another day to breathe His air. Oh, so thankful for that, folks. Headed into Norris on this 35-degree morning. We are doing a landscaping job. We are diverting water away from a house. We've worked on the house before, actually replacing rotten wood because of some of this water and painting the house. Now we're going in and diverting some of this water away from the house. It's just a one-day job in Norris. We love Norris, Tennessee, folks. Anyway, the Creator's name. We'll get to it in just a minute. Before we do, let me tell you, folks, the pronunciation of the Creator's name, the actual audible sound, the noise that comes out of your mouth to call upon the Creator, or maybe you might say the Son or Christ or the Messiah, to say the Messiah's name, to call upon the Creator. The actual exact pronunciation, me, myself, now I know some of you will disagree with me, but me, myself, folks, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. I think what's in the heart matters, what's in your mind matters, and it's not the pronunciation, the actual sound that makes the difference. Now, that's my personal opinion, and so I thought I'd put that out there. I don't think in no way, shape, or form is there anything wrong with using the name Yahweh, Yahuwah, however you want to pronounce the Creator's name. Or, speaking of the Messiah, Christ, the Son of the Creator. Some of you use those terms. I don't think that it matters there either, whether you say Yeshua, Jesus, Joshua, Jesus. I don't think that matters either. And like I said, there's some of you that are just dogmatic, and you will just staunchly, firmly disagree with me, and that's okay. Don't unsubscribe because you disagree. That's silliness. At some point in time, we've got to all agree to disagree. This is just my YouTube channel, my opinion there. Now I'm going to talk about the Creator's name, the Son's name. This isn't my opinion. This is fact. And this comes from much research over decades, folks, decades. As a matter of fact, I still research, I still study this, not all of the time, but here and there I'll listen to folks talk about it and what have you. And so, although the name of the Creator or the Messiah may not matter to you, this is quite interesting to some. Now, let me tell you, if you could care less, then move on, because this will be quite boring for you. If you go to your Bible, and let's just take the Old Testament, the Tanakh, the Torah, and let's just open that up to any page you want. Just open it up. You'll have 2 pages there once you open it. Somewhere on those 2 pages, you're going to be able to find the word Lord in all capital letters, capital L-O-R-D. No, let's stop right here. This isn't a Bible study. We're not going to get in depth. We can't do that in this video. There's no time. My YouTube channel isn't about Bible study and religion, although I will touch on some of these things every now and then. Capital L-O-R-D, okay? You'll see it because it is there over 7,000, that's right, folks, over 7,000 times. Now, I want you to look at that word. It's in all capital letters. And what do you think when you read that word Lord? Oh, you think of the Creator. That's why it's there. Now, there's nothing wrong with using Lord or God or Elohim, the mighty one, Creator. Nothing wrong with that. The Creator, He hears you from in here, not the actual sound. That's my opinion. But what I'm stating here about the name and the scriptures are facts. All right, so 7,000 times we see capital L-O-R-D. Now, that was placed there some time back, many, many years ago, and it replaced the Tetragrammaton, which is YHWH. Now, YHWH was right there where capital L-O-R-D is, over 7,000 times. It was right there in where you see capital L-O-R-D. Some years back, years and years ago, that's what was there. YHWH, the Tetragrammaton. Well, you might say, what is that? Well, it is the Creator's name without the vowels. The Creator's name without the vowels. And for some reason, they wouldn't put the vowels in there because they didn't want folks bringing the Creator's name to naught, or just making it common and just something you would say, which there is crazy to me. That's my opinion. It's crazy to me because, well, there's nothing wrong with stating the Creator's name. You should call upon the Creator and use the Creator's name. Shouldn't bring it to naught, which we'll get into that in a little bit. All right, so we have the Creator's name, YHWH, which with the vowels will sound something like Yahweh or Yahweh or something similar to that. That's fairly close. Most folks say Yahweh. I'm sure you've heard it. And if you haven't heard that, then you've heard the name Jehovah, which is just Yahweh with some German influence and American influence and that sort of thing. But anyway, so taken out, the name Yahweh taken out of the scriptures over 7,000 times and replaced with capital L-O-R-D. Now, isn't that strange? You talk about conspiracy theories and going off and going down a rabbit hole or rabbit trail. You talking about pure craziness? Man, Hardee's must have a sale going on. It is packed. They're out in the road. Craziness. The police are there and everything. Control the masses, I guess, huh? They're getting their little old chicken sandwich this morning. Anyway, so over 7,000 times the Creator's name being taken out and replaced with capital L-O-R-D. And we know it's Yahweh or Yahweh, something close to that. Now, let me stop right there. Now, folks, if you are dogmatic and insist that the Creator's name is super important the way you pronounce it, then I just hope to the Creator, or I hope to God, that you pronounce it 100% correctly, because there is no 99% with the Creator. There's not 99.9%. It is only 100%. So you better get it right if that's how you believe. If that's what you teach, and that's what comes out of your mouth, oh, we got to have it, oh, the name's got to be, then you better hope to God that you've got it 100% right. Well, no. Come on, logic, common sense. Come on now, thinking cap. You lost your thinking cap. You probably need to go find it. Okay, so the Son's name. We know that, bear with me, that Jesus saves, right? It doesn't Jesus have so much to do with salvation? Jesus saves. We all kind of understand that, even if you're not a church person, someone that it's never been to church, you've heard that before. Jesus saves. It's a very common term that is used. And let me tell you where that comes from. Or let's make more sense of all of that. Or whatever. It may not make sense to you at all. All right, so Yahweh, that's the Creator's name. Now, the short version of the Creator's name is Yah. So when you say hallelujah, get it? Elijah. That's the J, that's the English, but it's Elijah. Jeremiah. Come on now. Hallelujah. And we can go on and on. And it's the same with the word Elohim, which is means the mighty one, or the one of great power, or one of great power, which is where the word God comes from that you see in the Bible. It comes from Elohim, that Hebraic word. And so you see El in a lot of names as well. You see El in a lot of biblical names, just like Yah. All right, so let's go back to where we were. Hallelujah. Elijah or Elijah. So short version of the Creator's name is Yah. Now, the Messiah, or Christ, or the Son of the Creator, Jesus. Let's talk about his name. All right, so because we are Bible students, we totally understand that the Messiah's name, the Son's name, because we are Bible students, we totally understand that the Son, or the Messiah's name, is in English is actually Joshua, or Yahshua in Hebrew, Joshua in English. We understand that because we study the scriptures, and we are not afraid of the scriptures. We study those things. We study because we want as much truth as we can possibly get, and we adhere to it and understand it. We don't hide from it. We don't push it up under brush it up under the rug. No, we're proud of it. Yeah, because we're Bible students. We're smart. Anyway, so we know it's Joshua. So we know that Joshua, or Yahshua, short version of the Creator's name is Yah. We know this. What is this guy doing? What was that for? Come around me and cut right in front of me. Anyway, people, craziness. So he's behind me. He sees that right lane's running out, and he just comes and just cuts me right off, like totally cuts me off. Yeah, craziness. No one behind me. He could have got right back behind me. Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking Bible here, and I'm trying to be biblical here, and just let this fly. Let this carry on. Dum. Anyway, this is how accidents happen, folks. Anyway, so let's get back and try to get spiritual again. Probably not going to happen. So we understand that the Son's name is Yahshua. Now, some people will argue with you and say it's Yahweh. The Son's name is Yahweh. But folks, there's just absolutely no proof of that whatsoever. It's not logical, and there's no common sense there. It is somebody who is taking... Anyway, we won't get into that. This isn't a Bible study. All right, so the Son's name is Yahshua. Short version of the Creator's name is Yah. Shua means salvation. Get it? Jesus saves. Jesus is salvation. Jesus saves. That's where that comes from, folks, believe it or not. has so much to do with it. Kind of all lines up and makes sense. And so when you say a name, when we talk about baptism and say, well, they baptize in titles and not the name. In Hebrew, a name is a title. It's kind of like the Native Americans. He runs fast. You might name your son He Runs Fast because he runs fast. And so Yah saves. Yah is salvation. Yahshua, that is the Messiah. Yahshua. These are facts, folks. These are facts. Isn't that crazy? You talk about conspiracy theories and what have you. Isn't that nuts? Unreal. Pure craziness. Yeah. And there are so many who fight this and deny it and carry on when there's no need to. There's nothing wrong, folks. Let's get this clear. Now, this is my opinion. We're going back to my opinion. My opinion is there's nothing wrong with using the name Jesus. That's Mike's opinion. There's nothing wrong with using at all. But there's nothing wrong with using the name Joshua or Yahshua or Yeshua. And there's nothing wrong with using the name Yahweh or Yahuwah or Yahweh. Nothing wrong with that. Because I believe it's far and beyond an actual sound that comes out of your mouth. That's my opinion. I don't believe there's anything wrong with saying Lord. I know folks that won't even whisper the name Lord, or it's not a name, but the word Lord or the word God. They won't even whisper it. And yeah, it won't even know. And I don't believe there's anything wrong with saying that. To me, that's silliness. Yeah. So anyway, so there's you a little lesson, folks. And it's probably not real interesting to you, but it's very interesting to some folks. And so you talk about going down a rabbit hole, man. I know folks who have just went down all sorts of paths because of that. And, you know, you out there in the church world, not all over the church world, but in certain sectors, certain denominations in the religious world, in Christianity, certain denominations will literally want to slit your throat, punch you in the face, blackball you, ban you, shun you because you mention what I just said here. Because you mentioned some of the things I just said here. You say the Creator's name is Yahweh. Well, they want to do you in for that one. And you say, you know, that the Messiah's name was actually Yahshua, meaning Yah is salvation. And that gives it so much meaning, you know, when you understand that Yahshua means Yah saves, and that was the Messiah's name. And it's awesomeness. But yet people get so mad at you for saying anything about it. It just boggles my mind. And yet those same people use the scriptures there in the New Testament that have to do with suffering for my name's sake, being killed for my name's sake, suffering persecution for my name's sake. Them same people use those scriptures for their self. Yet, if you mention the Creator's name or the Son's name to them, the actual name, they persecute you, they shun you, they do everything they can to shut you up and shut you down. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. You talk about conspiracy. You will suffer for my name's sake. Oh, so many use that and then turn around and make you suffer for his actual name's sake. There's nothing to hide there, folks. Nothing to hide at all. Nothing wrong with the name Jesus. I understand why churches won't start using the name Yahshua or the name Yahweh. They want to keep the confusion down. And this and that. I understand all that. But there's no denying the truth. When you start denying something that's actual fact, and you do everything in your power to twist and change them facts, something's wrong there, folks. Something is so wrong. Anyway, I'm rambling on, headed to a job. And anyway, folks, the Creator's name, Yahweh. The Son's name, Yeshua. It's super simple. It's so simple. And folks, I've studied for decades, and what I just said there comes from me studying, not from me getting it from someone, from me studying myself. And taking the words back to their original Hebraic meaning. I did that for years and years, taking it back, not using the Strong's Concordance, no, literally going for the pictographs that these Hebrews drew. Taking words back to their original meaning. And let me give you one example, is the word evil. In the scriptures, the word evil, wherever you see it, the word evil means something that doesn't function according to the Creator's plan or instruction or diagram. Something that doesn't function according to what the Creator or how the Creator wanted it to function. It's so simple. And good, the word good, meaning just the opposite of that. Something that functions properly. And so when you take these words back to their original meanings, then the Bible means so. You look at it in a whole different light. It has so much more meaning. So much more meaning. And so easy to understand, not so hard to understand, where you have to go to seminary to understand the scriptures. It's just so simple. And so going back to the pronunciation of the Creator's name, if you're dogmatic about it and you say you have to have the right pronunciation, just make sure you get it 100% or you're going to be in trouble. And then think about the deaf person. Think about the person that can't talk. Think about the person that's never heard. Think about the person that can't see. He's never read anything. He doesn't think about all that. Use logic. Use common sense. Think, folks. Think. Anyway, we'll see you.